Is it worth spending $200 extra to get the Air 2S over the Air 2? Both belong to DJI's mid-tier drone lineup that is aimed at prosumers and even professionals. However, since they were released a year or so ago, one is great for consumers and the other one is perfect for prosumers and even professionals. When choosing between these two drones, one of the most important things you want is the recording capabilities, and both the Air 2 and the Air 2S have great recording specs for the price. They both record in 4K 60 frames per second, 2K at 60 frames per second, and 180 at 120 frames per second. The only real difference is while the Air 2 can record 180 at 240 frames per second, the Air 2S has 5.4K at 30 frames per second and can also record 10-bit footage. During my time with the drones, I never found myself using the 240 frames per second option. I typically found that the 120 frames per second was plenty for me for those high speed shots that you'll slow down later in post. However, I did find myself using the 10-bit footage option even more, but that's because I would want the most out of my captured footage. So if you're looking for a drone that you can just throw up in the air and capture what's going on, you may not really care about the 10-bit option, and that's totally fine. If you're a video nerd like me, you'll appreciate that the Air 2S comes with both D-Log and Cine recording modes along with normal, while the Air 2 only records in Cine-like and normal. One of the big differences I found between these two drones was actually the sensor size. While the Air 2 has a 1/2-inch sensor, the Air 2S has a larger 1-inch sensor, which makes it better for different low light situations, including sunrises, sunsets, nighttime, and even more. That's not to say that the Air 2 doesn't have a great sensor, which it does. The Air 2S just outperforms it in a lot of different situations. While both drones produce amazing looking footage, it's only until you get into the small details that you start to notice the real differences. For example, if you look at this footage from the Air 2, you'll notice how blotchy and weird the tree branches look. But if you compare that to the Air 2S's footage, you'll see they're a little bit better. The reason for this is the small sensor size. The best way to describe why this is without getting into the mumbo jumbo and the science behind the sensors is that the smaller the sensor, the less amount of light it takes in and the more digital and unnatural things will look. However, larger sensors will often get that softer and more natural look that we've come to know in movies and in TV shows. That small amount of detail may not really matter to you if you're just going to be using the drone to capture moments and memories that will only be shown and shared on small screens like phones and even social media. But the small details will matter if you are capturing professional looking footage and need all the quality you can get. One of the best features about DJI drones is their obstacle sensors. These help you safely navigate your drone while you're flying. This is a huge benefit to anyone, including you, because it allows you to focus on the shot rather than worrying about the drone's surroundings. It's also a great safety net for beginners trying to learn and navigate in tight spaces. Both the Air 2 and the Air 2S come with downward, frontward, and backward sensors. The Air 2S goes the extra mile by having an extra upward sensor, and both of them don't have sensors on the left and right, which isn't too big of a deal, but you need to be careful when flying it sideways. One of the coolest things about these drones are the quick shots and active track modes. These allow you to get pre-programmed shots or even track yourself as you move. Quick shots are pre-programmed flights that can fly the drone around you and get some pretty great looking shots super easily. Active track allows you to track something and follow it, which is perfect for hands-free flying in moments when you can't multitask. The Air 2S takes this a step further with master shots, which is a series of quick shots filmed together and then compiled to make a video. It's a great and cool way to get a video all done for you, and you can even edit it afterwards on your DJI app. It's so cool, it'll impress anybody. And when it comes down to it, these drones are quite similar and only have a few important differences. So if you're looking to buy a drone just for sharing cool moments with friends, family, and even your followers, these small differences aren't really going to matter to you. And that's why the Air 2 is perfect for you for $799. However, if you're a video fanatic like me, looking to get a drone that you can capture video footage that you can sell, use in professional videos, and even more, then just spend the extra $200 and get the Air 2S for $999. You'll be glad you did, honestly. If you're looking for more information about the Air 2S, you can actually check out my long-term review video right here.